it's Cara here from Categorize Collective and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Organized Family. This week I'm recording from my home office. This is where I do a lot of all my work and where I see clients online for my one-on-one sessions is in this space. So I'm really lucky to have a home office to get things done. This week I really just wanted to share with you how I plan my week. If you're new to my channel, I am a mum of two. I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. I'm married. My husband works full-time and then also works part-time on the weekends doing gigs. I work part-time in a school and I help with student wellbeing and staff wellbeing in a school. And then I have this, my business on the side, where I coach women one-on-one to help them be organized, more present and in control of their life. My YouTube channel here is to really just share some free information with you because I know not all women can afford my services, but I'm just so passionate about women, particularly mums, enjoying their life and not enduring it. So here is where you'll just find some great tips and tricks on mum life, busy woman life, and how to get through it. This week I wanted to share with you how I plan my week. So our weeks are so busy. As I said, my husband works full-time, part-time. I'm currently working 3 different jobs, plus I'm being mum. You know, we have dance lessons and swimming lessons and social events and we volunteer in our local community. So there is lots going on. And so for us, planning our weeks, prioritizing our weeks is super important. Otherwise, we would just be overwhelmed. We'd be forgetting things, we would miss things, we would be late, and it would be utter chaos. But we have created a system that works really well and I'm going to give you a sneak peek into that today. So let's get started. Can't go past pen and paper. I'm a bit old school like that. I just love the physical pen and paper, writing it down, ticking it off. So over the years, I have trialed and tested so many different planners and some of them didn't even make it the year out. I just did not like them and didn't even finish and bought another one. But I keep coming back to my NFP planner. I've a little personalized it here with a picture and a sticker on the front. This is my 3rd year using this. I haven't used it 3 consecutive years because I used it and I thought it was great, but it's, you know, not as pretty as some of the other ones. So I got caught into marketing, went for the pretty ones, and it just was not as functional. So I've come back to it and I love it so much. Now, I love it so much because it is not just a diary or a planner. It has so many great goal setting and tracking things in it, and it really uses a lot of the tools that I teach my clients about. So this is like one of my #1 recommendations to my clients for them to get a planner. The other thing, it is undated, which some people might hate, but you know, I love. I actually use my planner for a financial year. So from like July to July. So if you decided now that you wanted a new planner and at the end of this you're like, I need one of those, you can get it and you can not waste any pages. You can start right at the beginning of the planner because you write your dates in. So let me just show you a little bit what it looks like here. So this is what I mean by undated. So you have to write your month in and your dates every week. And like, honestly, it doesn't take that long. It is not that much of a chore. But let me show you some of my other favorite features as well. All right, in the beginning, there's all instructions on how to use it. It gives you the whole rundown, but you know, if I've recommended this to a client, I also, you know, work with them and give them some tips and tricks as well. And I forgot to mention as well, the other thing that I love about this is by someone local to me in Newcastle, New South Wales. So another bonus for me is I'm supporting local and another business. So it gives you a rundown on what to do. But the thing that I just really love is the planning in it. So it prompts you to plan at different times in the year, like a holistic plan. Let me show you kind of like all different parts of your life, which for me as a holistic health coach, this is so important. When I work with women, you know, we really have to factor in so many different areas of their life. So I love that this goal setting is multifaceted, so many areas of the life. I also love, you know, it has personal and career. It also has goal setting. It prompts you every quarter to set some goals, and not only to set some goals, but then to put some really actionable steps in there. So you can put your main goal in there, write out the steps, and as I said, that happens every quarter, which I love. It just really keeps me on track with my habits and goals because, you know, I like striving towards things. But if you do it once in the year, honestly, by the time you get to the end of the year, you can hardly even remember what your goal was. So I love these short-term goals. The other thing that I love is it prompts you to do your dream week, which is very similar to what I teach my clients with their ideal week, and you think about and plan out your week. There's also heaps of space, you know, weekly reflections, you know, just lots of space. As I said, I have so much going on. I need heaps of space to get things down, and this just really ticks all the boxes for me. So I know that felt like a bit of a sales pitch, but as I said, I've tried and tested so many different things, and it is my #1 recommendation. But let's get to the absolute practical, and I'll show you how I actually plan my week out and fit everything in. All right, the first thing that's really important is doing a brain dump. And what that is, I'm just looking for a pen here, is you literally just write down everything that is on your mind, everything that needs to be done, everything that is stressing you out, and just write it down. And I love just using this notes section here. I also like making mine a little bit pretty, which is totally optional. You don't have to do that, but I am a person who loves aesthetics, so, you know, I kind of do a bit of a decoration in there. But a brain dump, I literally just write down everything that I have to get done in the week, and it's just there. That's step number 1. Alright, now that I've done my brain dump, step number 2 is to categorize these. And I usually like to do that grabbing some highlighters or circling or whatever and kind of categorize things together. So all my business things I'll categorize together, all my things for school I'll categorize together, all the family things, and I just kind of want them to be in main categories so it's easy to determine what is happening when. Then I kind of need to prioritize and, you know, mark out what has the deadline this week, because, you know, I might have something on my mind that I really need to do, but in reality, it might not be due for another 2 weeks. So I just need to write it down and leave it and go to the things that are the most top priority first. So I've done my brain dump, I've categorized and prioritized, and now it's actually time to plan out my week and get to writing. So step number 1 is I write everything in my week that like cannot be moved. When I'm doing school drop off, when swimming lessons, dancing lessons, when's work, all those things that just cannot move, they go into my diary first so I can see what space I have left. Once I've determined what space I have left, I look at my top priority areas that I just did in my brain dump before, and, you know, I make sure that they get done in the first part of the week. And so I write those down in the first part of the week and prioritize those. Then the things that are less of a priority, I prioritize out in the second half of my week. And if I've written something down on my to-do list, but it doesn't actually need to get done this week, then I will just make a note for it in the week after. Now, when it comes to priorities, for me, I make sure going to the gym and catching up with friends is a priority. Because if I don't make them a priority and like write it in my diary and make it like an actual thing, it's really easy to say, oh, I can't be bothered, I'll go to the gym tomorrow, you know, tomorrow never comes. Or every time you see that person, you say, oh, we should catch up. You never message them, you never catch up, but, you know, for 6 months you see them and say, we should catch up. So, you know, I make it a real priority that I look after my own health and well-being, and I make space for that in my week, and also for social, because it's so important. The other thing that I love about the planner is each day has 3 things today, which is like my big 3 that I teach clients about. And so every day, your to-do list, particularly as a mum, particularly if you're a working mum, your to-do list can be like 10, 20, sometimes even 30 items long. And if you only get to a couple of those in a day, you can get to the end of the day and just feel defeated, like a failure, and just like you are drowning in overwhelm. The big 3 is such a great technique where you just pick the 3 most important things that has to get done for that day and you write those down. You prioritize those big 3 things. If you get to extra things, that is a bonus. But if you just get those done, that is also great. And sometimes, you know what, I don't even get to my 3rd thing and I just draw an arrow over into the next day. So it's really about, when it comes to planning my week, it's really about prioritizing and intentionally mapping things out on different days. Now, this section of the video is recorded at a different time to the rest of the video because as I was sitting down to edit this video to upload for you guys, I realized I forgot to tell you about 2 important things. So the first thing is that we have an integrated Google Calendar. So as a family, we have everything saved electronically for both my husband and I, and it's linked to all of our email addresses. So his school email address, my school email address, his business, my business, and our personal family. So this became a really integral part for us and our planning. Whenever one of us uploads something to the calendar, it automatically uploads to the other person's calendar. So this really just stopped us double booking and making sure that, you know, we were on time for things, we knew what was happening, because sometimes, you know, weeks get so busy and you forget to mention to your partner, I have this meeting coming up, or by the way, the kids have a birthday party. So that integrated Google Calendar is just so essential. And in the beginning, it did take a little while for us to get used to it, and we would forget to upload things to the calendar and we would have a clash and a double booking, and, you know, the other person would say, you didn't put it in the calendar. But, you know, we've been doing this now for a couple of years, and so we're really in the habit and the routine of it, and it just works so well. As much as I love the Google Calendar, I can't go past my weekly planner. So we have our Google Calendar, and what I do, my first step that I forgot to mention when I sit down and look at my own planner to write out for the week, is I check the family Google Calendar and make sure I put in everything that cannot be changed in there. For example, if my husband has a gig on the weekend, if there's a birthday party, I pop that in my planner and then work everything else around those things as well. Google Calendar is not the only one that you can do this with. There are a number of different ones that you can, but Google just works for our family. So that is another tip that I really love, and that has really helped us as a family. The last thing that I wanted to tell you about this week is I have released a brand new freebie download. Now, I always have heard from women, and I have been there myself, and we say, I just wish I had more time in the week. And while I can't give you more time, I can give you 7 of my best tried and tested tips that you can implement this week to have more time in your week. So I'm going to pop the link in the caption below. Click it. Please download my free guide and start creating more time and space in your week this week. I promise it's not going to cost you a fortune, and they are proven and effective tips. I hope you found that helpful, and I hope you were able to get a few great tips today to help you plan your week and get organized. I know it was a lot of information in a short amount of time, but if you need some more one-on-one help, you know, book in a free discovery call with me. Every new client gets a free call, and I'll pop the link down in the comments, or the caption, sorry, and you can just book in a free call, and we can use that free call time just to talk about your week. I have women just book 1 session with me because they need help planning, and I give them the tools and the strategies, and that's all they need, and they're good. So if that's of interest to you, let me know. If you are interested in knowing more about this planner that I've spoken about today, I will also pop that link down in the caption for you to check out. But other than that, have a great week. I will see you here again next week. You will see me every week here. I have a new video for you with tips, tricks, and tools. And last thing, please don't forget to subscribe and like and share this with your other mum friends or your other busy women friends who could really benefit from it. Bye.